Grand Rising Tribe. Welcome back. If you don't know, my name is Kirk. I'm a spiritual teacher, healer, guide, guru, mentor, eternal student, 4400, many labels. But I'm here today to give you a message. I was divinely inspired. Okay. So I was divinely inspired to bring you a message in regards to the full moon, the upcoming full moon, and how this full moon may be affecting you. So when I begin the reading or the video, I begin to channel. So many things have already come up. You may be facing or feeling that you're facing or experiencing some type of interruption, some type of blocks. You may have started something, didn't finish it. You may be waiting for a perfect moment. Okay? But let's clear the energy with some of this Palo Santo, and then we'll begin. All right, I'm picking up a change in plans. So we have delays, blocks, change in plans, something incompleted, or something that you've been guided to complete, but you haven't. The word consistency is coming to mind. I'm picking up outer body experience as well. You may have gone through some type of outer body experience. Okay. Something is flying right past you. Something that is trying to get your attention. Okay. Has been making its way directly into your face. So this upcoming full moon is in the Libra, is in Libra. It's called the pink full moon. And this is addressing people-pleasing tendencies, not letting anything slide anymore, really looking into the ways that you have grown in this recent year. It's an ending of a cycle, an ending of a karmic cycle dealing with emotions, okay? So, and Libra being ruled by the planet of Venus, love, all things beautiful, right? A little extra for you. So you're almost looking back at yourself, the shadow aspects of yourself, and realizing the blocks that you have overcome, the blocks that are still existing, what you need to complete, okay? Depending on where your signs are placed within your chart, your birth chart, okay? This full moon in Libra will be affecting you differently. All right, you want to pay close attention to your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, I'm picking up Mercury as well. You might want to look at where your Chiron placement is. All right, but there's some type of cathartic release. I'm picking up catharsis, okay? All right, so first I'll be using the astro die. We'll get into some numerical. So something going on with speech or the way that you are presenting yourself. There may be a change with that. All right. So something being brought into balance. We have Leo being very significant. The signs, this may be a confirmation for you that this reading is also for you. We have Virgo, Aries, Taurus, Leo. Okay. You may have these in sun placements. You may have these in, I want to clarify if this is your south node or north node, but you can have those placements in either of the ones that I mentioned as far as planets. Okay. Yeah, so your north node. You may have a north node in Leo, Virgo, Aries, Taurus. All right. So something about animals as well. Something about you taking flight. Something about you letting your heart sing. Okay. The imagery that's coming to me is why the caged bird sings. So you may be feeling like you're in a cage. Depending on what part of the world you're in, this would be significant as there's a lot of changes happening this year. Okay. As far as systemically within civilization, society. All right. If you haven't been paying attention to any of that world news, all right. If you're in America, this may be a big confirmation for you as well. All right. And I'm being guided to use the Chosen Ones 444 deck. Okay. From 𝓐𝓛𝓘𝓖𝓝 Check her out. All right. Instantaneously, the first card that I pull is asking you to sage your space. All right. You want to get your space saged. You're stepping into this god or goddess energy. When I read, remember, gender is removed. It's all energy, frequency, vibration, metaphysics. Okay. The study of, the philosophy of. Okay. So I'm also picking up for any of your enemies. So this did come up reverse. So if you have any ops, enemies, anything that would be blocking or attempting to block, as I previously mentioned, your advancement forward spiritually, okay, emotionally, mentally, physically, monetarily, any type of block that you can have, I'm picking up that you have some very heavy hitters, let's put it that way, some very formidable spirit team, ancestors, energies that are working on your behalf to remove and clear out these quote unquote enemies, right? Which is why you're being guarded to. So you're being guarded from enemies, okay? And you're being guided to sage and clear your space. This also means removing yourself from quote unquote evil family members. So we want to look at this. When I'm looking at this card, what the energy that I'm picking up is karmic energy, karmic family, right? We're born and given family members, son, daughter, mother, all these different titles that are existent within this current time and era. However, energetically, from past lives, lives before your past lives, future lives, right? Things can be planted, things, people, places, right? Persons, places, and things, all the nouns can be placed in your energy for you to reawaken to yourself and develop and really embrace and understand some of the spiritual gifts that our reality is currently opening up more to, right? So you can be going through some type of accelerated and ascended process right now, okay? So the full moon may be bringing all of these things to your attention, all right? You may have Latin ancestors, but someone bear with me because it's so many messages at once. But you may have Latin ancestors. You may really want to do something like your ancestry. Be careful with that as well, because we know, depending on where you are in your spiritual journey, just starting or going through your 100th awakening, right? You may be going through an awakening right now as well to who some of these enemies, evil family members may be, okay? I'll put one more. The number 3 may be very significant as well, but really addressing your shadow, integrating it, not attempting to kill your ego, but working with, okay? Because not only are you a miracle, one is on its way to you, all right? And that does confirm what I saw with the energy flying right past your face. It's almost like something, I want to say passing by you as though you will miss it, but the reality is it's coming to you. So something coming into your energy that is going to be a miracle, all right? You may be seeing crows, you may be seeing blue jays, you may be seeing sparrows, all right? For some reason, I'm picking up Pokemon. So something is coming back up, almost in a nostalgic sense, possibly from your childhood, whatever cartoons or activities that you may have participated in when you were younger, all right? So Also, a little bit more clarification on this enemies, these evil family members. It doesn't matter because you will phase past them, but it's the message that I'm getting for you. But it's also illuminating to you that trusting things at face value is something that you are learning to do. You're working with boundaries, you're working with what matters to you, your inner values, okay? What values have you grown into? What changes have you been experiencing within yourself? So this pink full moon in Libra is giving you a chance to be reflective, okay? Almost like holding a mirror up to yourself. That's a good word, mirror, okay? Something that's translucent like my crystal ball, okay? But allowing you to see beyond the veil, allowing you to see beyond mass, plural, okay? The ones that you're having within yourself and the ones that you're projecting onto others, okay? You may also be breaking down any type of projections that were being made towards you, all right? All right, so thanks so much. All right, the letters M, the letters A, the letter J, the letter I may be very significant as well, all right? But your ancestors are circling the block on any type of energies that are your opposition, that would be attempting to deconstruct anything that you really hold dear and value to build, right? So something about building, right? Your ancestors are also helping you build something, okay? Something being built, bringing into life, bringing into creation. I'm picking up affirmations, the I ams, the I know, okay? Right? So in the spiritual aspects, there seems to be some type of war or some type of rebalancing going on, or restructuring, as everything is divinely ordered, okay? All right. So, right. Circling back again to what I just mentioned, the noise of the outside world, okay, is possibly leading you to believe with the Two of Coins, all right, coming from the tarot, that you may be having some difficulty in launching new projects, difficult situations arising, new troubles, embarrassment, worry, concern, change which must be faced with equanimity, okay? So that's what's being presented to you. That if you look outside and you open your eyes and you wake up and you come back into your body, this is what the energy feels like for you, okay? Or in the recent past, that was the energy. But the reality is, what's going on now, you're having some type of literary ability, agility in handling matters, stimulated or simulated enjoyment, enforced gaiety, a letter, a message, or missive. So you may have gotten in the recent past, you may have gotten a message or alert. You may have been, again, awakening to your spiritual, okay, energy. I'll show this to you. Make sure you pay attention to the colors and imagery on this card as well, right? I'm picking up psychedelic, okay, substances, not suggesting or recommending that to anyone, but you may want to look into that. I see someone going through some type of trip, some type of journey, where all of these things that I mentioned coming from the Magi, the Chosen Ones 144 deck, okay, you may have been elucidated to all of this in the past. It's all showed up so you can address it, right? And this full moon is putting that final pin in the coffin, that final nail in the coffin, okay? You may be separating from substances. You may be embracing substances, okay? The color green is very significant. So really something centering around your heart chakra, your creativity, your root chakra, what makes you feel safe, and also your communication, ultimately reaching up to your higher consciousness, okay, with this purple here. But in the recent past, some drama, some cycle that you were stuck in, some karmic cycle has been elucidated, has come to light, okay? With the astro die being on the sun, all right? Something was elucidated or illuminated to you about this pattern, this cycle that you're keeping yourself in, that you're removing from. And this full moon in Libra is going to be helping you really set yourself free from this, okay? All right, let's move forward. And then we'll get a cumulative message overall, right? So we got recent past, things coming to light for your own luck. You really stepped into some type of good luck. You had luck in some type of communication, right? Really stepping into your North Node, all right? If you're unfamiliar with that, reach out to me. I can explain to you what astrologically these things mean, give you more information on your sign, your birth chart, but yeah. So right now, your current energy is Eight of Swords in the reverse. I mean, complete confirmation, right? There was some type of treachery in the past, difficulty, hard work, depressed state of mind, discontent, accident, fatality, right? Something ended, it was over, something was heart-crushing, something was like a deep betrayal. Something really touched you to your core that hurt. But that hurt, I'm picking up that you're using this pain to move forward, because we have all these cardinal energies, all this fire, passionate energy, the Aries here, okay? And then the Leo, right? Really stepping forward courageously. It almost feels like this heroine, hero, epic story adventure. This is what I'm picking up in my mind, right? Where you were planted into the soil, left for dead, and you are blooming, right? You started to grow, and now you're about to blossom, right? Spring is coming. I'm picking up this energy of going through the eye of the storm, your dark night of the soul. Again, if you're unfamiliar with these terms, reach out to me and I can clarify more for you. But you went through some type of treachery. Things came to light in the past about karmic family members, opposition, enemies, past life karmics, all of this dense, heavy energy. And it feels like you're getting lighter. This full moon is about to bring joy back into your reality, back into your life, okay? Because the Eight of Swords is reversed. It's almost like you took all of those swords and used each one to strengthen and build resilience and have grit towards what you know your North Node is to be, what you know your path in life is to be, all right? So let's pick it up again. So final card from the tarot. What's your message, Spirit? The Hangman. Okay. So, in the near future, you will be experiencing the Hangman energy, okay? Suspension, transition, change, reversal of one's way of life, apathy, boredom, abandonment, renunciation, sacrifice, readjustment, regeneration, rebirth, all right? So, the saying that is coming to mind is this rebirth energy, this regeneration energy. If you can hear in the background this noise or this rhythm of the hum of this engine, all right, that did represent to me your ancestors, you're being engrossed, encloaked, embraced by this new energy, and it's going to be forcing you again with the number 2 to find some balance for yourself in these changes. And then we do have the number 1, okay, which is like a new beginning. So really taking a second to pause and satiate yourself in these changes that are being offered to you by your ancestors, your spiritual team, guides, benevolent beings, right? Extraterrestrials, all of these cosmic energies coming into your awareness and consciousness, leaving the subconsciousness and coming to the forefront of your brain, all right? Numbers that may be significant and provide confirmation to you during this reading as well are the number 3, 2, 6, 1. I got 10, 11, okay? Those may be significant. Birthdays, addresses, weeks, months, days, years, all right? Also, heavy significance again on Leo, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. All right, so a lot of earth and fire signs. All the fire signs are here. So you may have some very strong fire placements. Okay. And I'm also picking up that you took a betrayal, some type of multiple betrayals, even lifelong betrayals, a betrayal to yourself, not honoring yourself. You took these betrayals and you're now looking at them and finding within them the gift, the gem, right? there is no wrong path. The energy that's coming to me is there is no wrong path. It's what works for you. What lesson did you learn? Did you learn the lesson, or will you repeat the lesson, right? All right. And finally, I'll get into some karma cards, all right? Circling back to continue the cumulative message, in the recent past, a lot came to light. You got some type of communication. It may have come through as a blessing, come through as a dream. You may have been using your clairs, any psychic gifts that you may have to really pick this energy up. But you got some type of communication. A lot came to light. It was almost cataclysmic, a bouncing of worlds, a blending. The words I want to use are shell-shocked. Something might have been shocking, shell-shocking, okay? But it reverberated outward, right? Once this clash happened, this awareness happened, this insight happens, that vibration and that energy spread out all around you, all right? Heavy times, but coming into the current, okay? Maybe I'll move this over so you can get a better look at this. I'm picking up full steams ahead, full steam ahead. $1110 may be significant. 111 may be significant. You may have been seeing those numbers, those angel numbers. Right, so you're going through some type of purification with Scorpio here being as I split the deck. You might be going through some purification, resurrection, okay? And Libra, all right? Which is going to be this pink full moon, the sign that this pink full moon will be in, all right? So some type of resurrection of relationships. These can be platonic, these can be romantic, these can be professional, these can be inner self relationships with parts of yourself, right? Really addressing inner childhood wounds, teenage wounds, adult wounds, any type of PTSD, any type of trauma. These things may be coming back up for you to be readdressing and reconciling, okay? So go into the karma cards for a bit more clarification. 1111, all right, just populated. This may be relevant to you, okay? Right, you're gaining some type of insights, some type of understanding. This video, me, the messages that I'm giving you, maybe some type of illumination, all right? So you're being guided, you're being dedicated to something, to achieve something, right? The second karma card we have is the Sun, the first being Capricorn, right? So putting the forest before the trees is coming to me. Really taking a step back to look at how much you've grown. All right, insects may also be significant. Let me look these up. All right, that's why you gotta have multiple phones, guys. One dies and then so really awakening to the unknown, that insight. You're getting some insights into the unknown. Right. So you're going through some type of changes and transformations that are going to be wiping away negativity and impurities from your consciousness, your energy, your light body, okay? You're going through some type of transformation, all right? The only change or the only promise in reality, right, being change, okay? You're going through some type of spiritual evolution, some type of spiritual awakening, some type of cleansing, right? Because we did see the Scorpio sign earlier, and now we have Pisces as well. But I'll put this back in the deck. Just some type of purification, all right? Away from your south node, away from this aggressive, action-oriented, confrontational energy, and really tapping into, during this full moon of Libra, this Venetian energy of balance, of beauty, of peace, of collaboration, right? Also Libra ruling relationships, okay? Yeah. You're being given the drive, okay, to remain dedicated to your goals. That's definitely happening. All right. So all this upstate may be significant for you. This may be the location of yourself, others involved in this, okay? But you're moving past all of the drama, all of the difficulties, all of the negative, dense, heavy energies, and you're coming into this place where you've witnessed the betrayal, you've accepted it, you understand it, you've alchemized it, right? And in the near future, you're going through a transformation that is going to be allowing you to stay dedicated to what you want to achieve, right? Having that drive to move forward, okay? Right? So definitely clarifying the Two of Coins in the recent past, you had some type of illumination of what was going on around you, within you, all right, when it comes to any blocks or opposition. The letter U may be significant, a U-turn as well. You may be picking back up things that you really felt were unfinished or left behind, okay? Right now, the karma cards are guiding you to demonstrate your goals as a full-time job, okay? Spiritually, that's what you're being guided to do. Mentally, realize the day-to-day reality of serving, okay? Being of service, serving yourself, serving others, okay? Gratitude is also coming up. There may be in the works some type of soulmate relationship or some type of partnership that's coming up that may be coming to you soon as well. In the physical, you want to act like a leader, use the most business-like way, and do it a little at a time, all right? I'm picking up this energy of you previously being so overwhelmed by everything that was going on in your reality, the changes in the world, the changes within yourself, the changes within how we as human beings, or HUE, human beings, are understanding consciousness. All right, there's a lot going on, but you can still do it, and you'll just do it a little at a time, all right? All right. Spiritually, you're being invited to understand the creation of dedication to achieve service to others, right? So whatever this is that you've come to realize as your North Node, your path in life, your highest potential in this incarnation, is going to be of service to others, right? That could be in, and again, the sixth house is very significant. So signs and numbers that are significant, I'll circle back. 6, 6, 11, 1, 2, 3, 10, Capricorn. So all the earth signs, so you may have strong placements in earth, strong placements in fire, or all of these signs can be very relevant, okay? But spiritually, you're being invited to understand the creation of dedication to achieve service to others, okay? Mentally, the gaining of respect for or from focusing on what is good for us, right? So this is giving me the imagery of a couple hundred years ago, you know, let's go to medicine. You would take a piss above river as it streamed down, and people would drink that water. Maybe not so good for us, right? An even better example, rage rooms, or those rooms that you can go to just deconstruct things. The understanding that we have now is allowing ourselves to be, express, is healthy, right? Right? Because repression of anything is ultimately going to destroy us, right? So creating and providing spaces that are more inclusive and that allow us as a species to embrace the totality of what and who we are, all right, is ultimately what is good for us, okay? We're stepping into this, well, it's here, the Aquarian age, right? Leaving the Piscean age and going into the Aquarian age, right? So really focusing on what's good for us, mentally, physically, spiritually, energetically, as a species, all right? Physically, things brought to light or life, things brought to life or light resulting from the rules imposed by your work, okay? So this is definitely looking into life paths, what you're going to be doing for work, and the way that you're going to go about doing that. Not how you do it, but the way you do it, right? Stepping into online presentation, online presence, right? Stepping into the digital, right? Moving away from brick and mortar processes, okay, and structures. So a complete restructuring, transformation. I feel like you were minced and diced into a blob of something, and now you're regaining or getting some constitution back, all right? This is whoever this reading is for. You went through it. Welcome back to the other side. You made it. Hello, we're here. Celebration time with this pink Libra full moon, all right? Now, I will use the Oracle deck, the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck for divination and meditation. Listen, confirmation if you're wondering and picking up psychic energy, getting into that energy, it's definitely here for you. You're definitely tapping in. You may have been getting the downloads. Look, Death Reverse. Like I said, you were left for dead. I'm picking up Kill Bill if you've ever seen that film, but you were left for dead. You're coming back. Death Reverse. You're kind of ancestral, kind of reincarnated, kind of not destroyable, indestructible. The energy is just a phoenix rising from the ashes. You were left for dust, and somehow, in shock to yourself and maybe others, you have come back even stronger, providing relief for your soul, relief for yourself. Looking at this mutable green, this pastel green, right? You have some type of energy around you that is just calming, okay? Providing this relief. The number 12 may be significant. The number 36 may be significant. All right, 1, 2, 3, 6, any order. That might be some type of confirmation for you if you're watching. Wow, instant karmic relief. I picture. I'm feeling instant karmic relief with that relief card. All right, you may be guided to work with some practical magic, creating sigils. Listen, Earth. All right, so strong Earth sign energy. Okay, in this reading, Earth may be very significant. You may want to look at the alchemical symbols in this card as well. All right, and I'll do a quick read from that. And we did mention boundaries in the very beginning of the reading. If you stayed tuned through this whole process, let me show you again, the number 26 may be significant, all right? You're really tapping. It's happening. You're tapping in and it's happening, all right? You're tapping into these boundaries that you can place for yourself, the limits and boundaries within this physical reality, okay? Really working with those energies, giving you some type of grounding, all right? Very quick. So you're being guided to ground, all right, with this earth energy. Make sure you ground yourself over this full moon as well. Really take a second or moment out to meditate or reconnect with yourself, however you do that, okay? Now, the tangible world and all that is physical in nature, what you can see, feel, and touch invites you to participate in enjoying it. Inviting earth energy into your current situation will bring more stability at this time. Be kind to this temple of the physical body that is the home for your soul. It requires adequate nutrition and rest. Meditate on this symbol when you want more of a connection to the physical plane and validation of all that is here in the three-dimensional world with you. Honor it, see it, feel it, experience it with love and respect. Earth alchemy. This is the alchemical symbol for Earth. All right? All right. Let that get in there. All right, tribe. This has been your full moon reading for Libra, the pink moon. I hope you enjoy it, sending positive energy, giving you telepathic messages, okay, as well. If you want to comment, remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe. If this reading resonates, let me know. All right? Either way, I'm here, and see you on the other side when we get back. Bye, tribe.